What's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. Alright, you guys, before we get started with the video, I have a couple of shout outs that I want to do. You guys know I'm not big on shout outs, not because I'm trying to ignore the people that support me, my rock stars. It's just that I'm very routine. So in my mind, when I'm doing a video about a show or top of the blog, that's exactly what my mind is set on, and I will completely forget about any requests for shout outs. But I am specifically putting it in my brain today to do it. So first up, there is a rock star by the name of Ropa out in the UK. Ropa is getting, I believe it's a woman, I'm not sure if it's a he or a she, but they are getting their master's in health psychology. We always love when somebody is furthering their education, but anyway, they are conducting a survey on, let me read what they sent to me. It's an online survey, and the research is focusing on the types of stigma people with different chronic illnesses face. And Ropa is asking that the rock stars participate. You do not have to have a chronic illness to participate. Okay, so it might be your experiences with it or whatnot. Okay, so I am going to link the study down in the description box. And when you have some time, rock stars out there, would you please support Ropa in supporting her studies for this degree in health psychology. Okay, so that was one thing. Also, I want to say that your boy NewNue, if you guys remember, he was one of the participants in the blackout from last year. NewNue does quite a bit of editing for different TV shows on YouTube, and he has a specific show that he wants everybody to tune in and watch. It's called The Circle NYC. And yeah, they're trying to get the buzz out there for more and more people to watch the show. So I am going to also link that show, the YouTube channel and the YouTube show, in the description box. And when you guys get a chance, you guys make sure that you support your boy NewNue. He's so cute, y'all. And then lastly, a couple of other shout outs. One not so happy. My rock star by the name of Andrea Jones. We want to send a prayer up for her and her family as they lost her uncle just recently. So prayers up to you and yours. And then on a more happier note, I must say happy birthday to Natalia, whose birthday is today. And Natalia has always been quite supportive, drops me many notes in my Twitter DMs. So I wanted to make sure that I do a special shout out for you. Y'all know Rocky love all y'all. Okay, now I got a lot to talk about today. I'm not quite sure how this top of the blogs is going to pan out. I might have to break it up in two. If it looks like it's going to be longer than 40-45 minutes long, I'm going to break it up because it's easier for me to edit and get them up faster when I don't have a long ass video to edit. Okay, so we're gonna see how it goes. If I can stop talking so fucking much and just get through the subjects one by one quickly, then we'll just have one. Otherwise it'll be two, one today, one tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes. Let's get to the video. First up, let's talk about the GOP shooting. So they're gearing up for this baseball game between the Democrats and the GOP. I had absolutely no idea that this took place every year. Okay, I feel like I'm just way more involved in politics because of all the bullshit that's been going on. I must say that this Trump administration has definitely pulled me into the political circle and discussion. So anyway, they have this annual baseball game. The game is today. Yesterday, the Republicans, the GOP, they were practicing in the Delray area of Virginia, they said, and it was about 7:15 in the morning. Mr. James Hodgkinson walked up to one of the men that was practicing there and asked were there Republicans or Democrats practicing for the game. When he found out that there were Republicans who was practicing, I guess James went back to his car, got his guns. They said it was a rifle and a handgun, and began open firing on all of those who were out on the field and pretty much sitting as lame ducks. Okay, they said that he was behind the dugout and he was shooting out into the field, hit a few people, one in particular, Steve Scalise, who is the whip, the GOP whip, they say. He was shot in the hip. Another staffer, they said, was shot in the leg. But anyway, they said that he let off about 50 shots And because Scalise, I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, but because he is the whip and has to have security 24/7, his security did get into a gun battle with Hodgkinson's and was able to take him down. He didn't die immediately there. They took him to a hospital where he later died. He did not kill anybody. He was the only one that did die. So I guess that's a good thing. But they're saying that Scalise has had one surgery yesterday and is expected to have many more in the future, that there were many internal organs that were affected when he got shot in this hip. So not necessarily the best outlook for Scalise, but he is not expected to die. They say he's in critical but stable condition. Get these words. The police are saying that Hodgkinson had a series of mental issues, that he was a lone shooter, acted on his own, said that he was an extreme Bernie Sanders supporter, and yeah, it's a whole long backstory on Mr. Hodgkinson and how he left his home a while ago. His wife said supposedly he's been scoping out. What is that person doing? Supposedly he's been scoping out and, getting the habits of these Republicans, where they are and what they doing, and then made the plan to go and shoot everybody up. Scary thought. You always hear about politics bringing out the extreme emotions in people, but usually it's just for the main people at the top, and that's usually the president. If we're gonna be trying to kill somebody, that's who we go for. But now it has trickled down so much that now folks is even mad at the entire party and is willing to hit anybody that they can, and that's terrible, you guys. Man, I told you guys when Trump won and became your president that we were going to be in for 4 years at least of chaos and confusion. And Lord, if that word has not held up. So of course now the discussion that will arise from this is the gun law discussion, and whether everybody should have access to these rifles and the such. And the Republicans, even with their own person getting shot in the fucking hip, they are still not willing to back down on the Second Amendment, okay, the right to bear arms. And we continue to hear them saying that, they will support people being able to go out and buy guns and all of that. So even though it has hit close to home, it ain't hit close enough, I guess. So I don't see a change in the gun laws, at least not as far as the Republicans are concerned. As far as everybody on the Hill, we are all standing in unity, at least for a few minutes. Like I said, the game is today. The Democrats have been supportive. They had a moment of silence. I believe they have been calling and delivering flowers and well wishes to the Republicans. So everybody is one big happy family for now, as they prepare to play this game this evening. They said the game will go on, okay, America's favorite pastime. And yeah, Scalise is expected to survive, and Hodgkinson, who I said was the lone shooter, is dead. You guys, I'm telling you, I don't know what is going on with London, but we really need to keep them in our prayers, as this is the third week that I have talked about some sort of tragic incident over there. Now, there's a high rise, and I use that term loosely, Grenfell Towers. Evidently, somebody had a faulty refrigerator that caught on fire, and immediately the building was engulfed in flames. It was the middle of the night, so many of the people that lived in that building were asleep, and they did wake up to the smell of smoke, many of them too late, and were not able to get out of the building. They're saying that it was I'm not quite sure if it's a 24 or 27 story apartment building over in London. So far, they're saying that 12 have died. 74 people are hospitalized, and there are many others that are unaccounted for. They said that over 500 people lived in this building, and they're expecting to find way more people dead in the charred ruins of this building. Now, we saw it on the news. It was horrible to see. You saw the panic and the fear of people in the building. There was one story that made the news, a woman who dropped their baby. They said 10 stories to a stranger below, wanting to make sure that their baby was able to get out. The stranger did catch the baby. Can you imagine if they didn't? But that should put you in the mindset of how frantic and afraid everybody was there. Just the frantic feeling of you are about to die and knowing and the pain of it all, I just cannot imagine. You saw people making makeshift ropes, tying bed sheets together and trying to climb down from inside the building. It was just a horrible, horrible sight to see. So I'm watching this and I'm going, damn, all of this is going on with the high rise. Well, I said that we're using the word high rise loosely. Now, when we think of high rise here in the United States, you immediately think of the high rises where it's a more affluent neighborhood. The buildings are luxurious, and you would believe that all safety mechanisms are in place. This was not necessarily a high rise per se. Now, I did say it was 24, 27 stories high, but this was actually a huge public housing tower that was filled with Muslims and other newcomer foreigners to London that were living in this building. They say that this building was not up to at least the safety codes that we would have to have here in the United States. There was one stairwell for a building with over 500 tenants. They said that there was no sprinkler system, because my immediate thought was, why didn't the sprinkler system activate? Well, there was none installed. They say that the smoke detectors did not go off, so people were not alarmed to it. But even if the smoke detectors did go off, these people didn't have any time to really react, because they said that just recently, I guess in the last 10 years, this building was renovated, and in the renovation they used plastic for the structure, and you guys know that plastic is highly flammable. So once the building caught, once the plastic caught, it just whooshed, and people were not able to get out because, like I said, it's just going on and on and on. So the building did not have structural integrity, and you have these people that were in there who just literally probably have burned to death. The saddest part is these people had to figure out that they were in danger on their own. There was no escape plan ever given to these folks. They were asleep. Well, they say that a lot of them were, because it's Ramadan, a lot of them may have been up praying, but still, these people could not get out, and now you just saw a building burn for hours. And you could just imagine these people on there with the smoke inhalation. If they didn't get burnt up, then the inhalation, I'm sure, would have killed them. So real sad. London is getting it from all ends, and it's just a terrible thing. So prayers up for everybody that is there. I just want to say, keep your head up, London, and hopefully the people who are responsible for letting these people live pretty much in a slum building are taken a task and held responsible for this. Terrible. You guys, so Amanda Seales. So evidently Amanda Seales was along with quite a few other celebrities at Katy Perry's house. Katy was having a dinner that she was streaming live on her YouTube channel. I didn't even know she had a YouTube channel, but evidently she does. And this streaming session was called Dinner and Discourse, where she got a group of people from different walks of life to sit and talk about life. One of the people that was there was Amanda Seales. The other person that was there in particular was Caitlyn Jenner. And Caitlyn Jenner expressed how she has love for this country. You guys, I am paraphrasing. Amanda, because this is a dinner and discourse conversation, right? Amanda Seales respectfully but quite thoroughly read Caitlyn Jenner, who is ironically extremely conservative and doesn't even seem to connect with her own community, does not realize that she is now a part of the minority. She is a host of hypocrisy, but we ain't got time to get on Caitlyn Jenner just yet. But anyway, she explained the whys of what black people do and express themselves in the world today. And this is much to the chagrin of white folks. A lot of times white folks cannot quite understand why we feel the way that we feel. So Amanda Seales took it upon herself to educate. I was very proud to see her explain herself quite calmly on that video, not get out of hand. Like she said, she is passionate, not angry, because I just love when people are able to express themselves. I'll be trying to say some things here on my videos, and then there's a number of you guys who will get into the comments and who will just express it so eloquently, and I just be like, damn, that's what I was trying to say. I wish I could say things like that. So I admire when people are able to express themselves so clear and concisely, even more so when it's a black woman. You guys know how I feel. So, you know, fist pump of righteousness for Miss Amanda Seales, because it needed to be said, and it did go viral, and many people saw it. After it did go viral, she posted on her IG, and I quote, "As a black woman, they will far too often consider your intellect a threat and your passion a problem. I hope I inspired others last night to live in your truth no matter who is at the table. Let's grow not just a discourse of love, but a discourse of courage, because that's what it takes to face and deliver these inconvenient truths." Very well said, Amanda Seales. Now, I was looking at it and I was like, Amanda Seales, the name sounds like somebody, but who exactly is Amanda Seales? So I had to try to do my research, and I said, Amanda Diva. Now, I know that name, okay? Amanda Diva, you guys remember. I remember the name because I just remember her being with Floetry after the other girl left. She replaced her. So she's a singer, she's an actress. People are now calling her an activist. She's all of these things, but what she mostly is a very strong black woman who I am proud to see represent us in the way that she did. So keep fighting the good fight, Amanda Seales. We need black women just like you out there. Now that we got the serious out the way, let's get to the fool of fucking niggatry. Nene, she said on her Instagram yesterday that even though the process has been long and drawn out, that she did finally sign a contract and she will be back for Real Housewives of Atlanta season 10. I knew that she would be back once the talk was going around out there. I knew she was coming back. It was just a matter of however much they were going to pay her. And I think that this is good for the show. You know, a lot of people, either you love or hate Nene. I feel like Nene is good for the show because she can bring back some of the lighthearted shade now that Nene is in a different place in her life, and we could just kind of get away from all the fucking lesbian, you know, sex dungeon rape talk. I think it's going to add an interesting dynamic to the show, because she was so thoroughly put out of the show and nobody thought about Nene last season. So, you know, her coming back, yeah, I think it's going to change the course. So cool. I'm with it all together. I'm even with Kim Zolciak coming back. Kim Zolciak is one that can work your nerves for sure. We already know that she's full of shit half the time and all of that. But I'm still looking forward to just having the group back like that. So it's all good for me. What do you guys think about Nene coming back, though? I know a lot of people ain't with it. Shamia, they're saying that Shamia joined the cast. I couldn't find any evidence that she has. I would rather say that there's talk of her joining the cast, and I actually think Shamia would be a good addition. Shamia did represent herself quite well in the reunion, and if the producers was watching her, I think that she could turn out to be a fan favorite. And now that there's talk that they're getting rid of Phaedra, which I still don't know if I 100% believe that, you guys, I still gotta wait and see if it's definite that that girl won't be back. I'm just not quite sure. I mean, I'll say 80% of me feel like she won't be back, but child, you don't know till the fat lady sings. But this is the time that they start recording, you know, start filming again. June, July, that's when we start hearing that they're filming. So we'll probably get a better idea in these next couple of months of whether or not Phaedra has been filming with the rest of the group. But you guys know that they're saying that the group does not want to film with Phaedra. At least that is what Andy told us in some sort of red carpet interview that he had. So we'll see. Child, we'll see. But yeah, I think Shamia would be a good little addition as well. They tried to add the poor little girl last season. What was the name? The one that was married to RL. And honey, that didn't work out at all. I was like, boy, that damn lesbian talk fucked everybody up last season. So I guess they're going to try a different angle this season. And then, like I said, they're starting to film now, right? It's June. This is the reason why I feel like Kenya Moore might have pulled one over on us. There was a picture posted on Instagram of somebody looking like they was in the fucking bushes, taking a picture of Kenya in a wedding garb, you know, full wedding dress and the whole head dress and all of that. And supposedly she was getting married somewhere tropical. We also saw on Kenya's Instagram that she posted a sunset, something about it was a beautiful day, you know, posted a picture of 2 champagne glasses and looked like breakfast, you know, and saying something like, this is all that I need, and another picture of her smiling at the camera. So, you know, we did all this little coy dodging around and kind of hinting at something special going on, but yeah. I am not sure if I believe that this girl is getting married. I just don't see her getting married. Fucking show just went off. Well, we could say that November, as of November, they had stopped filming, but they just filmed the reunion in what, March, February, March, and now all of a sudden she's getting married. Like, no, you know, it's either that she's filming something for one of her, you know, straight to DVD specials, or she's, yeah, I just don't believe that this girl got married. And then I'm looking at the picture and I'm just like, now she all done up, you know, like a fresh out of high school unpopped cherry virgin. I just don't know if I see Kenya as a close to 50-year-old woman getting married with all of that on. Like, I would imagine that she would wear something more sleek and more sexy, and just because we all know that you're not this old innocent virgin no longer. I mean, but maybe, but I don't know. I don't believe it. It's for a video, or if indeed she is going to tell us that she got married, it's only for a storyline on the show next season. You have come to find out that these girls will go through anything to stay on the show. They make a lot of money from this show, and while they could still be, you know, successful on their own without the show, it is way easier to just get this money from this damn show than trying to come up with some other shit on their own. The shit that they do on the side of Real Housewives of Atlanta, yeah, that's good too, but you best believe that for most of them, Real Housewives of Atlanta is their bread and butter. Feels stunts and shows-ish to me, but I guess time will tell. Do you guys believe that Kenya got married? Let me know below. Guys, so it seems that Remy Ma's Gemini is working in full action again, as she is not over the beef again. And she subtly, well, not so subtly, but reignited the war at Hot 97's Summer Jam concert the other day. Now, I will say that Remy does have every right to defend herself, as Nicki Minaj did come for her in a song that 2 Chainz recently released. I don't know what the name of the song is, y'all. I forgot to put it down. But anyway, Nicki Minaj has some shit to say about Remy Ma in 2 Chainz song, so why not use this opportunity to get back at Nicki Minaj in front of thousands of people out there in New York, or I think they said New Jersey. So Remy Ma took it upon herself to bring out old and new female rappers, okay, by the likes of Lil' Kim, Lady of Rage, Moni Love, Young Ma, Young M.H., MC Light, and Cardi B. And this was a show of solidarity between these black female rappers. Even performed a bit of UNITY with Queen Latifah. And not only did she do all of that, but she also performed Sheether in front of a Jumbotron that had memes and very negative images of Nicki Minaj going on behind her. So yeah, I guess this was a kick in the face to old Nicki Minaj, and we know the reasons why those two are beefing. What do you guys think about this though? Do you guys see it as a us against you type of situation? I mean, even though none of these other women had anything negative to say about Nicki Minaj, I mean, the line is clearly drawn between Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma. And when you show up for somebody like that at a venue this large, then it makes you wonder if those women that came to support Remy Ma also feel the same way about Nicki Minaj, or at least feel some little small part, or at least have decided that they are going to align themselves with Remy Ma than Nicki Minaj. I mean, there is an obvious show of what is the word, y'all? It's an obvious show of solidarity between these women. If I was Nicki Minaj, I would have felt some kind of way of seeing all of that happen. Now, we do know that Nicki Minaj, at least as much as I can think, we have never seen Nicki be that supportive of other black female rap artists. She hasn't been one to bring them out. I know you guys are gonna come up with examples, but I'm just trying to think in general, just as a general fan and observer. I don't really remember Nicki Minaj being super supportive of the black female rap community. So now it just kind of makes it seem like, yeah, it does make it seem like it's a us against you kind of thing, but maybe not. Maybe I'm just thinking too deep into it. But yeah, if I was Nicki Minaj, I'd have felt some kind of way. Now, we did get Nicki Minaj. She did react, and I guess she thought it was a good idea to post this video. You know, she was about to go to Prague, and she was about to get on her private jet, and so she said, you know, attention everybody. This is how you get on a motherfucking plane to Prague. Most of you bitches can't even spell Prague, okay? Then she does a twirl, and she walks on and she twirls one more again before she takes her big booty ass onto the plane, and I'm assuming takes off to Prague. Now, the video is funny only because Messy Miles made that shit funny for me. The memes on Messy Miles, I'll tell you, that fucking Messy Miles is hilarious. But anyway, I was just like, oh, Nicki. Oh, you know, I like Nicki Minaj. I just hate to see her going out like this. Like, I still feel like Nicki Minaj has a lot to prove. This next album of hers better be it, because this is going to be the next album that we definitely know Safari was not involved in. Now that she's been challenged by Remy Ma, she has got to show that, yeah, she is the #1 female rapper in the game. I'm not too confident that that's what's gonna happen. I don't know what has happened to Nicki Minaj's flow. I have mentioned it to you guys before. She raps slow now, and that is not what I want to hear from Nicki Minaj. Now, I know it's this whole I'm fucked up on Molly's and Xanax and you know, Percocets and all that. I was about to say purple sets. That Jada thought the nigga was saying purple set in the fucking song. But anyway, I know that people, that, you know, the whole drug-induced rap is real popular right now, but I don't want to hear that from Nicki Minaj. I want to have the quirky, fast type of cadence that she has always had. So I don't, you know, this new whatever the fuck she doing is kind of like a lazy feeling. It's making me feel more and more that Safari was responsible for her whole entire image and rap style. And we all know that too, because we've heard Safari rap, and he very much raps the same way that old Nicki Minaj used to rap. So this next album is, man, it's a lot riding on Nicki Minaj, and it shouldn't be that way. It should not be that way. God, there's so much room at the top for all of these people, but for whatever reason, it's just always a fight, child. So we gonna see what happens, y'all. But the Nicki Minaj challenges have been hilarious. I enjoy them. That is one of the extreme benefits of social media. We get to see the foolishness of what people can come up with in these challenges. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think about Remy Ma and all these female rappers. Who do you guys stand with? Remy, Nicki? Let me know below. What is your definition of feminism? The Merriam-Webster dictionary says it is the theory of the political, economic, and social equality of the sexes, organized activity on behalf of women's rights and interests. It's obvious that that word is subject to our own interpretation. And there has been more and more talk about feminism as AmberRose has taken on the charge and the agenda of the feminist movement. And you guys know that we've talked about this in the past. I just, when I think of the word feminism, I honestly only think women's equality. But somehow it has turned into this whole anti-slut shaming. Basically, women can do what the fuck that they want to do without any consequences of their actions. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like it's not quite the same as the Merriam-Webster dictionary. And that's fine, because like I said, everybody has their own experiences, and however they take in the word and then put it back out into the world, that's just how they take it. Now, AmberRose has decided, in her show of feminist ways, she posted a picture of herself nude. You guys all saw it. She was on the stairs. She had no clothes on. Wait, did she have a top on? I can't even remember, because in my mind, yeah, she did have a little, I think she had a little bikini top or a bra or something on, but she had no bottoms on. We was able to see the landing strip. Couldn't really see the lips or nothing of the pussy. And actually it was, did I just say pussy? As much as I hate saying that word, but it just came off my lips so quickly. Y'all don't even get no ideas, lesbians out there. Rocky don't roll like that. I know y'all was like, bitch, ain't nobody want your black ass anyway. Let me get back on track. So she posted a picture of her nude, and actually the picture was a really nice picture of her. I mean, she has an awesome body. I mean, I'm sure it had a little touch up or whatever, but when I saw the picture, I was just like, well, that's a good, that's a good ass picture of AmberRose. Now, I don't know if I feel like that is in some sort of way showing her feminist ways, because I just don't know if I feel like that has anything to do with feminism. Now, I mean, I guess if you saying that a woman is strong and comfortable enough to post a picture of themselves nude and be subject to ridicule on social media, if that's your way of saying I'm being feminist, then I guess. But to me, it just felt like maybe it was more about just getting the shock of her picture out there and wrap it around the slut walk that's coming up out there in Pershing Square area in Los Angeles. And I just feel like AmberRose's message is so confusing for a lot of people. Slut shaming and all of that, I don't know if that's all wrapped up in feminism. I mean, is it? Y'all let me know, because I like to think of myself as a feminist. Sometimes. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not even gonna get out there like that and say that I'm really a feminist, because it's some shit as a woman I don't want to do. Let the man do it. What the fuck I'm trying to be out here lifting and head and breaking my nails and shit and getting funky. Let them do it. My whole thing is that women can do it. The ones who choose to do it, who want to do these certain type of jobs, and who want to be looked at the same certain way, who want to be paid for the jobs that they do exactly as the men are, okay, then I'm good with that. But I don't know if, because sometimes I just want to be treated like a fucking woman. Shit, I want somebody to open my damn door. Okay, I want my husband to pay for dinner all the time, even though it's coming out of both our money. But, like, I want to be treated like a woman, because that's what I am. So that's why I'm just not quite sure about this whole feminist movement. And I don't know. But yeah, the picture to me, it was more of a shock. I thought she just put it out there as shock value, because she had to know that the shit was going to get taken down. You cannot have frontal nudity on Instagram. They have made that very clear. So she knew that it was going to eventually get taken down, but it was out there long enough for everybody to see, and it did what it needed to do. I just cannot get the whole message of what AmberRose is trying to do because of these type of stunts that she pulls. But yeah, she looks good. She looks great. AmberRose is a beautiful woman. I'm not mad at her for posing nude. I just am confused on what the message is. What is the message again? We as strong women can show our puss. What y'all thought about that picture? Y'all ain't gonna never get through this video. Deborah has called me, my husband has called me, and my father has called me. And each one of those I ignored Debbie. I'm sorry, Debbie. I'm trying to get through this fucking video. But my husband just talks. As soon as you answer the phone, don't ask what you doing or nothing. He just starts talking. That was a 10-minute conversation. And then I've been talking to my dad for like 30 minutes, because old people, they don't want you to be rushing them off the phone, and they want to get their whole full thing. I'm just like, I'm never gonna get through this video. Anyway, you guys, Tinashe. Alright, you guys, so Tinashe was in an interview that was posted and went viral of her complaining of colorism in the industry. And when I read what she said, I was just in agreement. Yes, there's a lot of color. Now, there's two parts to what she said. First part that she was talking about was the fact that for the black R&B or popular type artists, the black female R&B or popular type artists out there is not much room at the top, okay? And that you are forced to choose sides when it comes to black female artists, okay? When we think of Beyonce, who is the arch nemesis as far as many of these fan groups, who's the opposite of Beyonce? It's Rihanna, right? You either gonna be a Beyonce fan or a Rihanna fan. Many times they expect you to choose between the two. And then everybody else is kind of up underneath them. And that's too bad, because there are a lot of black female R&B and popular artists out there who are talented. Now, I don't know much about Tinashe's music. The whole few times that I've seen her perform, you know, she be doing too much. She's like me. Every time I see her dance, it's like, girl, you was doing way too much movement for that one song, honey. It don't require all that movement. That's exactly how I be on the dance floor. Motherfucker be dancing their ass off, and child, it just be a two-step beat. Nigga, you ain't got to do all of this. But I've heard a lot of people say that Tinashe is really talented and she just hasn't had her chance. Well, there's a lot of black female artists out there who just can't quite seem to get over the, you know. And I'm not sure if it's because it's truly her talent that has kept her back, or if there are these other issues in the industry. Y'all let me know what you think about that. But anyway, when she said that, I agreed. Yes, they definitely make you choose between certain artists out there, and it's not a whole, all the black women are, you know, together and have a seat at the table type of feel. It's not like that. Then she went on to talk about colorism, and saying that she feels that she has a difficult time in the black community. She considers herself black, but because she is mixed, sometimes she just cannot quite connect, and people don't always accept her that way. Now listen, I have had plenty of rock stars in my comments who have said this exact same sentiment. You've heard plenty of mixed children say these type of things, okay? They will look black, but they won't feel black because the black community will hold it against them that one of their parents is of a different race. So that was nothing out of the ordinary too. And colorism does exist in the world, in the black community still. I mean, still light is better. And we are taking strides, and we are making sure that our little black chocolate girls that are born and being raised are now more confident about their skin color and the way that they look, and their wide nose and their big lips and their thick hair. Okay, we're trying to make a difference for these kids now, but it still is very much out in the community that the lighter is the more prettier, the more European features is the prettier. You know, that is still there. So I don't know why black people trying to act like it wasn't. But what was frustrating about this whole Tinashe interview is, you guys, and sometimes myself included, we have to be careful not to just read the blog titles that many times are sensationalized, are very inaccurate, and just run with that. People are trying to say that Tinashe said that she is not successful because she's light-skinned and people only want to like Beyonce or Rihanna. That is totally not what she said. And when I look at the Shade Room and Baller Alert and all these other blogs, that is pretty much what they posted, what she said. It was taken out of context, and actually they just totally misconstrued her words. So now she becomes this whole joke as people try to tease her and say, girl, ain't nobody listening to you because your ass ain't got no talent. Now, I don't think Tinashe is up on the Beyonce level of talent by no means, but like I said, I've heard a lot of people say that she has a lot of talent and she just can't quite seem to get, so I don't know. But yeah, I was frustrated for her, because when I finally researched and read what she actually said, I was just like, where everybody coming thinking that she said something else? Be very careful of these blogs, you guys. A lot of times they are just there for clicks. They want you to click on the story. While we all need a blog in our life, we get a good kiki and laugh off of the ratchetry that is involved. I don't think it was fair that they were saying that she was, you know, that she said this, because she didn't. She didn't. I've warned you guys plenty of times. Sometimes we just got to read for ourselves. Ooh, child, they gonna kill me at work. Let's talk about the new movies that's coming, and movies that are out, and TV shows coming and out and all of that. First up, BlackPanther. Y'all scaring the white people, okay? They didn't put the damn trailer out, which is so good. It really looks like it's going to be good. And they also have put out the poster, which shows, you know, the Black Panther sitting in a chair, and it's very reminiscent of the Huey Newton photo that's very popular. You know, we as black people, we know this photo. It looks like they used the imagery of that photo and used it for the photo for the poster for the movie. Now, I don't know what happened along when the white people look at that, because when I looked at it, I was like, yes, it's gonna be good. Well, when the white people saw it, they immediately got offended. They said that it was too militant, and even went on to say that this poster is racist. Y'all know what I was saying, right? This is where the white people tears go. Listen, the movie is about an action hero in Africa. The action hero is black. The name of the damn action hero is the Black Panther. Okay, now we sorry that we can't change the shit up for you. We didn't come up with this. Okay, this is an old Marvel comic that is coming to the screen now. So, you spare me. What did y'all want it to be? You know, this is fucking ridiculous. Now, I love action movies. Okay, I am a comic book movie fanatic. I sit through all of the white superheroes. I keep saying action heroes, but it's superheroes. I sit through all of them. I love Iron Man, child. I love Captain America, Hulk. Okay, I done sat through all of them. Why the fuck y'all can't sit through a damn Black Panther movie? Come on now. Y'all gonna have to come up off of this kind of bullshit, because baby, it's coming out in February of next year. Black History Month. I am there. Cannot wait. Speaking of superhero movies, you guys, Wonder Woman, I saw it last Saturday. Excellent movie. This is the shit that I think of when I think of feminism and, you know, women's solidarity and strength and all of that. That movie was so good, so well done. I have a special, you know, clap for DC Comics, because DC Comics has a tendency, with the exception of the Batman movies, DC Comics has a tendency to fuck up these movies. I don't know what happened. The shit be boring. It be too deep. It be too dark. But I love this Wonder Woman movie, and I knew that I was going to love it when I saw the Superman versus Batman movie, and you know, they sprinkled her in there. I was just like, I can't wait for Wonder Woman to come out, and baby, they did not disappoint. That movie was so good and inspirational. I mean, yes, it's some shit that ain't never gonna happen, but still, it was great. I don't want to ruin it for nobody if you haven't seen it, but if you haven't seen it, it is definitely worth the money. Go out and check it out. I loved it all. Then let's talk about TV shows. I didn't watch Claws. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just not interested. I probably will catch up on the show. It's going to be one of them things where on a Saturday I watch 3 or 4 episodes at a time and go from there. I don't know. I'm sure it's good, though. People have said that it's good. And congratulations to Pikachu, who's just really doing her thing out there. I'm proud of her. I haven't watched Orange is the New Black yet. But I am going to start that probably tomorrow. And then House of Cards, you guys, I tried to watch the first episode, and my mind, I like 15 minutes in, I was like, oh no, I'm not mentally here for this. Okay, that shit is so fucking intense and deep. You just got to be ready. And then with all the shit that's going on in the real world about politics, you know, I'm gonna have to sit and wait a little while before I start watching House of Cards. But yeah, all of those on the list to watch. Y'all let me know what you've been watching, what you did and didn't like. If you saw Wonder Woman, what you thought. Are you looking forward to Black Panther TV shows that's on? Y'all let me know all about it. And then you guys, in quickies, this Whitney Houston documentary. I'm just gonna say that I am so tired of the Whitney Houston documentaries, movies, biopics, whatever. Like, what else is there to talk about? When I saw the clips for it, it actually looks like it's going to be good, but I just feel like they will not let this fucking lady rest in peace. If it's not about Whitney, it's about Bobby. What more can you guys say about this woman's life that we don't already know about? They have went over this again and again and again, and it's just a tragic story. This was a woman who had it all, who lost it all, who died early, prematurely, under very still suspect circumstances, whose daughter went on to suffer pretty much the same fate and died the exact same way. Just like, really, what else is there to talk about? I'm sure they're gonna still do a lot of the blaming on Bobby Brown, and yeah, I'm not interested. Not interested at all. Mary J. Blige, the judge has ordered her to pay Kendu $30,000 in temporary spousal support because the man needs some sort of income, and he needs it to be somewhere close to what he was used to living on. All right, so right now it's at $30,000 a month. And I guess they're going to revisit it in a couple more months next time they go to court. Also, she has to pay his legal fees, $235,000. So, I mean, it sounds like a fucking victory to me, however short-lived it will be, but I'm sure Kendu doesn't feel like that, as the nigga was asking for $130,000. So he didn't miss the mark by about 100 G's. But, look, beggars can't be choosers, can they? The judge did admonish them, though, and said that while those two were together, they were living way above their means. Must have thought that she was Mary J. Blige of yesteryear, of the 90s, and was still spending that type of 90s money, Mary J. Blige, in the 2000s. And baby, it was not happening, not as far as the bank account was concerned. So they fell behind in their taxes. They owe a lot of back taxes. They have a lot of financial problems right now. So, yeah. A blow to Mary J. Blige. I told you guys that he was going to get some kind of money. $30,000 seems to be around the going amount for spouses, ex-spouses right now. Hold your head up, Mary. Somebody told me that Tammy Rivera hit #1 on iTunes. I'm not sure if that is true or not, but they did release her song produced by Rico Love, and it is called All These Kisses. I like the song. I listened to the song. I still feel like they put a little bit extra on her voice, and she actually has a good voice, so I'm not quite sure why they did that. But the song is, I mean, if we're going to compare it to the standards of the songs that's out today, I don't see why this song could not be a hit. But I'm not sure why she didn't do this sooner. I guess she needed to go through the shit that she went through with Waka and try to get the, her old confidence up and just realize that she's got to do some shit for herself, because obviously her man is out there doing what the fuck he want to do too. So I guess shit happens for a reason, and that there's timing and everything. But I'm just afraid that Tammy has the stigma of not only her husband, but the reality show attached to her. And I'm not sure if people will be willing to take her seriously and listen to her, because when we think of Tammy Rivera, we think of Love and Hip Hop. And not many people have been able to escape the stigma of Love and Hip Hop when they've been around this long. Like Cardi B did it right away. She did it the smart way, and so did K. Michelle. They weren't on the show for years and years before they decided that this is what they was going to do. And so now I'm wondering if Tammy should have got herself together and decided to do this earlier. But the talent is there. Have you guys heard it? It's a pretty song, and I want it to happen for Tammy, so congratulations to her. I'm not sure if it went #1, but some of you guys did tell me that it did. Hopefully she will be successful in her new venture. Bow Wow being chased up. Listen here. You ain't gonna never get me to believe that somebody was chasing this nigga talking about Bow Wow. I said, baby, if you believe that, I got some beachfront property for you right over in Iowa. Ain't nobody fucking chasing Bow Wow down. Nobody. The only way somebody would be chasing his ass is if he walked up to him and grabbed their damn baby out their hands and took off running. That's the only way I'm chasing your motherfucking ass. Nigga, I don't care how much you pay me. And I'm sure he paid them people. Who the fuck is chasing Bow Wow? What is wrong with him? He continues to put himself on the lame nigga list, but you have made yourself this way. And this was just another example of how we don't give a fuck. You just up there just wilding out, talking about you pulled something. Nick, you ain't pulled nothing but a stunt. Shit. Congratulations are in order for 2 Live Crew, and more specifically Luther Campbell. He wrote a book back in the day called The Book of Luke, and Lionsgate has taken on the task of putting it into a movie. It's going to be a biopic. And they say that they have Craig A. Williams as the writer and R.J. Kryler. R.J. Kryler was the Blue Power Rangers in the Power Rangers movie. He is going to be playing Uncle Luke, as far as I believe. They say that he is going to star. But yeah, with the success of Straight Outta Compton and New Edition, and just, you guys know that we like to see the backstory on the successful of these groups and how they fall. Yeah, we are here for a 2 Live Crew movie. Are we? Are we here for it? I think I'm here for it. I would like to see how that went down. Congratulations to Uncle Luke and 2 Live Crew. Also must say congratulations to Escape. They got a 10-episode, I believe, docu-series on Bravo. I'm sure that is thanks to Candy. Candy's connections on Bravo, as well as Mona's connections as being an executive producer. Mona will be producing this show. Okay, your favorite bitch. I said, girl, you better do it. Okay, so now she done went on from VH1 to Bravo. Okay, getting the coinage from all over. Yeah, their show is going to be documenting their, comeback, them getting back together as a group and preparing for them to about to be on the road and singing together. I'm interested. We'll be able to see if they really are getting along and, making the effort to put the past behind them and move forward and be successful in this new, getting back together. So good for them. Will you guys be watching? Speaking of escape, and I guess Tiny, we can talk about her best friend Shekinah, who was robbed at gunpoint the other day. She posted on Instagram. She actually posted in progress, the robbery in progress. Some boys supposedly walked up to her, pulled a gun on her, told her, give them they shit, and carjacked her. Jumped into her gray BMW and took off. She recorded it on video, and then she posted, that even though black lives is supposed to matter, this is how black people do each other, and that these boys that done stole all her shit, her credit cards, her purse, her car, and all that. And I was just reading that and thinking to myself two things. First of all, it seems like bad luck follows Shekinah these days. And I don't want to wish bad on nobody, but when shit just continuously bad happens to you, it's time to take a little bit of introspective look at ourselves and try to figure out what is happening. What are we doing? Where are we placing ourselves in our lives that shit like this just continually happens over and over and over and over again? The other thought was, who the fuck pulls out their camera and records a robbery in progress and then post it? Now, I can understand if you're trying to record it for the police, but it's just something sensationalized in the fact that we gotta put every goddamn thing on social media. Now, I guess we can say that she was trying to catch the people that did it and wanted to put them, but we didn't never see the boy. All right, we didn't see him in the video, so us seeing this boy take off in her car and fucking everybody else's car in the gas station because he could barely get out. He ran into a couple of cars before he was able to get out. I mean, we couldn't see him, so what was you doing other than showing the fact that you had just been robbed? I said, child, this of social media is gonna be the fucking death of us. We ain't gotta put everything out there for everybody to see. Now, she took it down, but we already saw it. So I just wish y'all don't leave nothing for Jesus. I guess we can talk about Tory Lanez, and Tory was at the Holt Renfrew boutique, and the shit there is expensive. Tory walked in there and found himself subject to racial profiling, like many of us have been when we go into these expensive ass stores. I mean, it happens when we be in a cheap ass store. Be like, nobody wants no fucking shit out of Express, bitch. Why you follow me around? You get the fuck off me. Shit. Anyway, Tory was in Holt Renfrew, was that the name of the place? And when one of the employees paid him dust because they assumed that he didn't have any money, instead of Tory leaving and spending his money elsewhere, he then dropped $35,000, bought a whole bunch of shit from another salesperson there, and then posted all this on Instagram and social media and just saying how, he thought that we didn't have the money, but nigga, we did have the money and we spent it still, you just didn't get it. I said, now, listen, I understand. This is a new money nigga move. A lot of times when we have money and we feel wrong, we still want the other people to realize that we have this money. We got to prove it to you that we have this money. So I understand how, he decided to go over and beyond and spend $35,000 in these people's store. And when I say I understand, I'm more saying that I just get why he felt like he was doing something in doing so. It was sort of like nigga, I'm showing you that I got it. But the problem with that is, if there's a store that has hired an employee who is treating their patrons like this, you shouldn't want to support nothing that happens in that store. You should make a fuss about it, and you should make it, bring it to the attention of the owners of the store, the managers and whatnots. But it makes no sense that you spent all this fucking money just trying to prove it to somebody else, okay? But that comes with the maturity of having money all the time and just knowing that you have it. You can just go somewhere else and just know in your mind that you did not support that store. So, I mean, like I said, this new money nigga, I get it. But yeah, not really the smartest. Now, the best thing that came out of it is that he did post it on social media, and it still got a lot of attention. But it just still made Tory Lanez look like, you just spent $35,000, baby. You could have spent that money somewhere else where they would be happy to take your money. I understood the message; it just wasn't played out correctly. And then lastly, they're saying that the Golden State Warriors had declined to go to the White House. Okay, at least this is what the CNBC's Josh Brown tweeted. I guess he is a correspondent at CNBC. But mysteriously, after he tweeted that after the game, the tweet was taken down. And now the official word from the team is, and I quote, "We have not received an invitation to the White House, but we'll make those decisions when and if necessary." So don't y'all get all excited. We don't know if the Golden State Warriors is or isn't going to the White House. It is out there that they're not, but the team hasn't officially made a decision on it. I guess we can assume that most of them would not go if they are invited, but yeah. Y'all jumped the gun. Josh Brown. Nobody said that they wasn't going. Ooh, when I tell you I have been in this car way too long. I have been in this car way too long. Let me get off of here, you guys. We do this every single week. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.